300 episode reviews. My God.
Ooh, that's a hot mug, guy.
Hey guys, this is my review for episode 19 of Supernatural Season 9, Alex, Annie, Alexis, Ann. This is the 300th episode review I have done on this YouTube channel. I cannot believe I am saying that number aloud. That makes me sound like a bit of a dwab, but regardless, I've been looking forward to this marker for the last 2 years, so the fact that I'm here, it's pretty awesome. Thank you all for being a part of the channel and for watching and commenting and all this time. It warms my heart to know that you guys have listened to me blabber for this long. But now, let's get into the episode. This episode follows the brothers teaming up with Jodi and going after a pack of vampires who use a human as a lure. One's played Alex, who is played by Catherine Ramadine. She would be in this show a few more times after this, to be honest, so I kind of totally forgot that she existed. But she is the core of this episode because Jodi is the heart. Jodi is after Alex to try and save her from this Stockholm Syndrome sort of escapade that she's been on because these vampires took her in when she was young. The Big Mama basically made her part of the pack, never turned her, but kept her as a lure to help the vampire cohorts kidnap humans. And to be honest, the first guy that they kidnap, they show you as an example, this guy's a fucking monster. Like, what a creepo.
You got any idea what I'm about to do to you?
Like, I don't feel bad at all that he's eaten alive. That obviously cannot exist. This cannot be because these guys are they're just eating humans and they're using her and they're giving her some major fucking PTSD and major mental trauma. So their idea for Jodi is to save her, whereas the boys want to kill the vampires. And even then, once they find out that she is the lure, they're kind of like, well, why do you even care? You don't even know her. Like, she's just been luring humans. She's got to go too. And Jodi's like, nah, motherfuckers. I'm doing it my way. And then it's even more compounded when the brothers, who were quite easily able to take care of the one vampire earlier to the point where they put more effort into the joke than the actual taking down of the vampire.
Hey, need a hand with that? I guess not.
But then when they go into the nest, they are kidnapped with such ease and such an amazing level of incompetence. Almost harkens back to that one with the two humans who were doing the Thin Man thing. At least that guy had 2 tasers and he caught the brothers by surprise. This one, they just walk into rooms and all of a sudden there's guns pointed at their face. Like, it's not great. But what's even worse is that all Dean had to do was just pretend being knocked out, and then he's able to overcome or overpower his abductors quite easily, in fact. It does lead to that pretty cool moment where he kind of goes and does what Sam did to Gordon, but with a push more so, and it also says, look at me, bitch, and some Freddy Krueger.
Look at me, bitch!
Obviously, hearkening to what's going on with him and his want for violence with the mark of Cain on him. A little bit of that. Sam brings it up later on in the episode saying, hey, you're kind of a bit sadistic there, bud. But really the heart is Jodi, and when she is kidnapped herself, trying to save Alex, who let Mama Vampire turn her, she's still able to convince Alex to go against her mom and helps her overpower the mom, even though Jodi's got broken arms, legs, everything. She's been fairly beaten in this episode. She's able to do it, and then she wants to take in Alex and help her. And even Alex explains why she got bit, because she's just so tired of disappointing people. And that is a relative thing when you're in these kind of abusive relationships. And Jodi sees something. She finally sees a purpose because she's kind of been hopping to and from. And while she gets the shit kicked out of her every time she joins in on a hunt with her brothers, she is taking more than just knowledge of how to defend herself and how to protect others. She is actually taking on something for herself. And that is basically being a foster mom now for Alex. Overall, the episode itself is kind of middling. If it was just the boys, I think this episode would be far less to me, but because Jodi's in it and because Jodi's such an important heart in the episode, it raises it a little bit for me to the point where I think I'm going to give this episode a 4 out of 7. If Jodi was not in this episode, it would be much lower. But those are my thoughts about this episode. Let's see what you guys have to say. Just wanted to say thank you to everyone who said congrats on reaching 300 reviews. That's really awesome of you guys. Thank you so much. Title represents all the aliases that the blood slave / lure has in the episode. Actually, yeah, that's a pretty good point. I'm kind of feeling stupid I didn't catch onto it. Martha Marcy May Marlene was a movie released around this time. I saw it and remember the reference. It won some indie awards. That was the one that had Elizabeth Olsen, right? Then it quickly became forgotten to time and it held no reference. I guess and this reference didn't hold. Yeah, I guess that's true. Congrats on hitting 300 reviews. I don't know any other YouTuber who has hit this milestone when it comes to reviews for the shows individually, even if we don't see eye to eye. In terms of enjoyment of the show, I have no ill feeling towards your opinion. Hey, man, I appreciate that. I love that we've always been able to have such a good discussion on this. But yeah, like, I don't know if anyone else has. I imagine there must be, like, reaction episodes that have done this, or reaction channels that have reached this, right? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is one of my favorite vampire episodes of the entire show. Although it puts the Angel Demonic's main storyline on hold, it is still a good episode for Sam, seeing the Mark of Cain have its effect on Dean after Castiel told to watch him. Plus, it's good to see Jodi in the show, as always. It really handles well how Jodi can relate to Anne's trauma of losing her family. It's particularly good chemistry between the two when Anne has apathy towards Jodi at the beginning and establishes a familiar bond at the end of the episode. It does a meta jab at Dean, saving Sam, saying, hey, yeah, I know, you wouldn't have done the same for me, just to remind us how draining this drama has become this season. Let alone, I just enjoy the episode that shows how a mother's love and what it is and what it isn't. It's interesting that the brothers feel like Anne is past saving, but it's still refreshing to see them apologize and admit when they were wrong. That is true. They were pretty quick to like, yeah, let's just kill her. Congrats on reaching your 300th review. Glad for the 300th. Glad that your 300th is actually a good episode. Though I am confused as to why you're reviewing up to season 11, not season 10. Oh yeah, no, like I'm going up to right when I finished. Technically speaking, I started reviewing everything when I did Supernatural season 10 finale. So that's when I started. This episode is the same as Weekend at Bobby's, basically an episode more about side characters dealing with their own issues rather than just a tag along for the brothers. I love seeing Jodi shine completely in this episode, her growing as a hunter and finally coming to terms with her family's death. Alex was great as well, and her story sadly mirrors the real world of sex trafficking victims and developing Stockholm Syndrome. Yeah, that is actually quite true. This episode could have been real dark, glad it wasn't, and I don't blame the brothers being skeptical. Can't decide which of Dean's lines are more cold-hearted, what he said to the vampire before beheading him, or the line to Sam, yeah, I know you wouldn't have done the same for me. Eeh. Part of me is hurt that Dean said that to Sam, but part of me feels that it's earned with Dean having to save Sam in nearly every episode. That's true, but also at that point too, we've established that Dean is not the bigger picture person. He is definitely the smaller picture, and it has been to some detriment, but at this point now it's getting on abusive. I really enjoyed Jodi and the Alex character arc. It felt like a good episode. I felt bad for Alex. It's obvious that the vampires who kidnapped her have totally brainwashed her and is suffering from Stockholm Syndrome, and that's why she refused to be called by her original name. Dean definitely changed thanks to the Mark of Cain. You can tell when he defeats one of the vampires. Sam is right to be concerned. They both apologized to Jodi about Alex, but they were right about her using Alex to replace what was lost. An interesting fact, one of the episodes who plays a vampire is Grayson Holt. I've seen him in some episodes of The 100, but I mostly remember him from the TV series Bitten. He played Clay. Love him on that show. I wouldn't have been surprised. The 100 was also filmed out here in Vancouver. A huge amount of CW shows were filmed out here in Vancouver up until recently. Basically in the last 5 years, like all the superhero shows except for Black Lightning were filmed out here, and then Supernatural, 100, and then all of that died within 5 years, and the film industry out here in Vancouver has not recovered from it since. All right, guys, those are your thoughts. Thank you for your comments. And now the one that I'm definitely probably going to get a lot of interesting comments from, Bloodlines. That's next. The most despised episode, I think, in entirety of Supernatural history. This is that failed spinoff that just never went anywhere. And yeah, like, I can't remember this. I just remember being like, hey, what the hell is this? And it was after the episode aired that I read, oh, this is going to be a spinoff attempt. Oh God, that sucked. But we'll talk more about that when we do the review. If you guys want to give me your thoughts about this, let me know. If you guys were actually thinking that this might have been a good idea, also let me know. Like, what do you think was good about it, but why was it so bad? I'm interested to see your thoughts. Anyways, that's all for me. Hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, leave a like and you're interested in more, subscribe. Again, 300 episode reviews. Thank you guys. nutty that I'm saying that number, but we're not done yet. We still got 27 more episodes to go. Anyways, talk to you guys next time.